Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have got another video that I think y'all are gonna like and that I think you probably haven't seen yet. So play your intro. And here we go. So like I said in my Morphe video, which I know got a lot of backlash, I'm sorry guys, I try to be really nice when I use palettes. Like, I don't like trashing a brand, and that palette was really hard to blend, but I assumed it was my fault because I went straight in with darker colors. But upon using it, I'm not the biggest fan like I thought I was. But okay, so today we got another platinum perk, and we managed to get a hold of the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette. Now, anyone who loves makeup will probably tell you that their first, or one of their first high-end palettes they got was the Naked palette. It is the holy grail, and it has been discontinued. So this is what they released now to continue the collection, even though they took away the OG Naked palette. So we got a hold of this. I think it released a day or two ago, but it came in this morning, and it is a cherry themed. So of course we have our browns, some cranberry pinks, pretty rose golds, you know, a very red pink color scheme. So with that being said, this is the palette. I don't want to get into my thoughts right now. You'll have to stay tuned to the end of the video, probably the last minute or two. I'll tell you exactly how I feel about this palette. But go ahead and keep watching so you can see the tutorial. You can see how I got this eye look, which I think is pretty cute. It's a nice, a little darker than what I would normally do for a daily look, but it is a very wearable tutorial. I used this palette, of course, and only this palette for my eyes. Yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and go to our tutorial, and I'll be back at the end to tell you my takeaways and if I think you should add this to your Naked collection. Okay, so since this palette comes with a brush, I'm going to try to use this blending end of it. The brush is super cute. So we're going to use the blending end, and my palette is so messy it's a little bit broken, but that's alright. We're going to go in with Caution right here. I already set my eyes, so I don't need to go in with that lightest shade. So I'm just going to go in with Caution first. Is there no film? Yeah, there is. Let me see if I can get the film off of this mirror. There we go. And we're going to use the mirror in the palette to do this look. And I'm just going to take this and kind of put it everywhere. It's pretty close to skin color, so it's not going to give a whole lot of pigment, but it'll give me something to layer on top of. Just through here, making sure that we cover this whole area and get it all taken care of, and putting it on the lid too, just to set a little bit extra. Okay, and now that we've got that color, okay, for me, if I was going to do a super light look, the colors like in this area would be really nice, but just so I can actually test the pigment, I want to do a darker look. So I'm going to take Bing right here. This is like a really dark dusty rose, and I'm going to take it on this brush, tap it off, it is very powdery, and put it in the crease. The pigment's not bad. It's not super pigmented, but it's also not like not pigmented either. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but you can definitely see the color. It's just not super intense. It's blending all right. This is not the greatest brush in the world, so when I get done I'll probably go back in with a Morphe brush. But it is kind of blending away the color. The longer I blend it, the more of the color disappears. That is definitely not a quality I like. because as you can see, like the color is relatively dark in here, and then on my eye it's just not really translating that at all. And this will be like the third layer of it I've put on, and I'm finally starting to get the intensity I want. But I think we're just going to leave it here because we're about to go in with a darker color. So we will just leave it to the darker color to handle all of that. And go ahead and do this other eye real quick. Oh guys, I'm sore. Oh my gosh. I overslept by so much today. And then went and did a lot of junk. And now I'm sore. Yeah. But I'm just building this color up just like I did on the other eye. It has taken a while to build this up the way I want it. Yeah. Okay, so that is not quite blending how I'd hoped for, but it's alright. So now we're going to go into Devilish right here. This has more of a cranberry tone to it. These don't have much kick up, but they do have like a lot of powder that comes off of them. But we're going to take this in the crease a little bit lower down, just through here to deepen things up. Trying to make this look a little more intense, because if we gonna do this cherry look, we gonna do this cherry look. So we're just taking it down, getting it all together. You can't really, oh man, okay. I don't like ragging on palettes. Anyone who watches my videos knows that I try to give everything as many positive points as I can, but these colors are literally blending together into one. There's absolutely no separation between them. I can't even tell. I mean, it's a little bit darker now, but you can't tell that it's a different color. In some situations that can be a good thing, but when you're trying to create a really good ombre, you know, two-tone effect, not always the best, because it's just all blending together in a way that it's just kind of almost muddy, I guess. I don't know. Muddy's not quite the word, but it's definitely not what I hoped it would be. Okay. So now I'm going to take the smaller end of the brush, and I'm going to go into Privacy right here. That is the darkest color in the palette. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to stamp it through here in this outer corner and just press it in, bringing it up into that outer crease a little bit, just like so. And I'm going to stamp it about a third of the way onto my eyelid and drag it through the crease a little bit, and do the same thing on the other eye. And y'all will see where I'm going with this in a second. Oh god, I missed. Okay, close enough. So I'm just stamping and stamping. This is definitely patchy, but we're about to see how it responds to what I'm going to try to do with it. So I'm going to take the bigger end and I'm going to attempt to blend out this dark color, blend it in, add some dimension, and make sure that these edges are not too harsh, because I know they're going to be a little bit, but we don't want them to be too bad. This side over here, it's blending. Here lies my issue though. When you go to blend these colors, like they are all just blending away. Like this was dark brown, and I know I blended it down, I feel you, but now it's like barely even a wash of tan, and this is the darkest color in this palette. So I'm going to take it on the big brush itself and see if I can directly blend it on to get that dimension I want. And that's working a little bit better, but it's still very clearly blending away. And we don't like that. We're going to try again over here. See if we can blend it, add our dimension, but it's looking real patchy. The pigment is not staying. I love the Naked palettes, especially 1 and 3. Heat's pretty decent, Smoky's not my favorite. I would put this on the level with Naked 2 right now, which makes me really sad. But while we're at it, I'm going to go ahead and go back into Devilish, and I'm just going to go ahead and fluff that on the lower lash line just to connect the two. I'm seriously disappointed though, but that is why we get stuff so ahead of time. Okay, so that's on the lower lash line. This looks like a big old muddy mess, but it's fine. We're going to work through it. We're going to try to add something pretty on the lid and really, really hope that helps. So I'm going to go ahead and find a brush. Do I even have one? Yeah, it'll work. Okay, so I'm going to take this packing brush and I'm going to dip into the palette, and in an effort to try to make it look at least halfway decent. We're not going to go too dark. We're going to take Turn On right here. It's kind of a light shimmery gold. And we're just going to pack this on and hope for the best. It is absolutely not packing on how I want it to with a brush. So let's attempt to wet it and see what happens. See if this makes things any better. Not really. And there is a ton of fallout, so I might have just destroyed my whole face, but we'll see. Okay, so we're going to take it a little more wet and try to put it on there better. I guess that's working a little bit, but it looks really chunky and not cute, unfortunately. But we'll work with it. I'm thinking that's the best we are gonna get out of this. This is really just like a total flop for me right now. Okay, let me see if I can get this fallout out from under my eye. The good news is that did brush right off, so we haven't destroyed the whole vibe yet, but we did destroy a lot of it. But yeah, I'm not feeling this either. It's not applying well with a brush, which is okay, because you know, I can use my finger, though it won't be nearly as precise as I need it to be, but it's doable. See if we can straighten this side out a little bit. But I super prefer for my shadows, I'm going to have to use that as my highlight too for my inner corner, because there is no light shimmer. My biggest pet peeve with every palette on the face of the earth is when they don't put a stinking shimmer. Like, you know we need one, why would you not just go ahead and put it in there? I digress. I'm going to take this little white shade I didn't use, it's called Hot Spot, and highlight the brow bone with it. Just up here. See if that brings anything together. Not really. I'm really sad. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna finish my face and try to revive this disaster and go finish getting ready. I'll come back and talk to y'all when I'm done because I can't do it right now. Hold on. Okay, so we finished. We got our hair down, finished our face out. I added a little bit of that dark brown to my lower lash line because that cranberry color literally disappeared after 5 minutes. So here are my thoughts. I preface this by saying I usually love Urban Decay. Like I said at the beginning, Naked OG was my very first high-end palette. Okay, but what I'm gonna say now, whenever they came out with the Naked 2, I said this during the tutorial, it was not very good. It was a strange color scheme. None of the colors paid off the way they were supposed to. Texture and stuff was different. That is what this reminds me of. Now, it's not like a horrible palette. I mean, I worked with it. The look's alright. It's cute. But I literally used only the darkest colors in this palette. And this is all the payoff I could get? Like, I wanted a dark, sultry, smoky eye. And it's cute, but it is not dark and sultry. So basically what I'm getting at is that for me, I think I kind of wish I would have saved my money on this one. Y'all know I'm a small influencer. You can see my subscriber count. Your girl don't get PR from brands like Urban Decay. I barely get them from small brands. So I actually paid for this. Thank God I had a coupon because it's my birthday month. So I had $10 off of it. But yeah, I don't like it. I just don't. I mean, it's okay. You know, I'm one of those people that I started the Naked collection. I have all 3 of them, plus the Smoky, plus the Heat palette. I'm crazy and I'm going to spend the money just so that I have all of them in my collection. That's me. Now, average, normally, if you can't afford it, which normally I can't, yeah, I wouldn't waste my money on this. I'm sure everybody who has much makeup at all has some kind of warm tone palette with reds and pinks and whatever. Do that instead. This is just not, I don't know, I wouldn't. Even the metallics are hard to get a payoff. I'm just not feeling it. I would not purchase it if I had tried it first. So, God, I'm nervous. I'm like pulling my hair out. I'm so nervous because I hate being rude like this on a video. But this was just bad. I don't like it. Watch some other reviews. I haven't seen any yet. I don't know if anybody else had better luck with it. Maybe it's because I used the brush that came with it, but I used another one too and I still didn't get a better payoff. So I really don't think that's what the problem was. I think this palette just isn't up to par. I think the formula is not as good as the original OG palette. I think they should have just kept that one and called it a day, you know? Like, release a new and improved version of that or something. Or like an extended version. If it were me, that's what I would have done. But okay, yeah. So, would I buy this? Absolutely not. I don't recommend it if you just want to finish out your collection. You're a collector's item kind of person with makeup. By all means, go ahead and get it. That's basically why I have it now, because I'm not going to probably ever use it again. So, yeah. With all that positivity, be sure, if y'all haven't already, enter my 5,000 subscriber giveaway. Yes, I know. I'm not even at 2K. I hear you. I did like a 5K Insta, 5K YouTube thing. So when both of them hit 5K, there'd be a giveaway. My Insta happened to grow extremely quicker than my YouTube. Go figure, because it's at 4,800. But we're still not going to draw for that winner until we're at 5K. So get me there so somebody can win a big old bundle of makeup. But yes, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helps you out and helps you figure out how to spend your dollar bills. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next one. Bye guys.